Hi, I'm Terrinique Pennerman, founder of the best-selling naturally curly hair care brand Kurlee Belle and host of the Terrinique Show, a show where we talk about hair, a woman's crowning glory. I'm so happy that you've allowed us to be a part of your hair care journey, and I hope that you enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Terrinique Show. I am so happy that you guys have decided to join us for yet another episode. Please follow, like, share, subscribe. We are the Terrinique Show on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, everywhere the Terrinique Show. In today's episode, we are going to discuss 8 causes of split ends, or 8 hair practices that cause split ends. So first of all, let's kind of dive into what are split ends. Split ends are basically when the hair becomes dry and brittle, and they usually happen at the ends of the hair. It could happen in the middle of the hair shaft, but usually it happens at the ends of the hair, hence the name split ends. So they usually happen when the hair is dry and brittle, and think about it like a rope. So you know how a rope is kind of intertwined, almost like a 2-strand twist? Well, when the rope becomes unraveled, the ends of that rope, they start to fray and become frizzy and separate. So just like with a rope, it's the same thing what happens to your hair when you experience split ends. So the one strand of hair becomes frayed and unraveled, and it splits into 2, and that is what split ends are. And what essentially causes split ends, we're going to dive deeper into that. So hair practices that you might be doing and you're not aware that it's causing split ends, but it's essentially when the ends of the hair become dry, brittle, break, and then they split. 8 causes or 8 hair practices that you've been doing that is causing split ends. Number 1, not protecting your hair at night. This is something that a lot of us are guilty of. We forget to put on our scarf or our bonnet, or we don't sleep on a satin or silk pillowcase, and this causes split ends. Why? Because the hair is exposed. It's exposed to us moving at night, is exposed to the air in the room or the cotton of our sheets or whatever type sheets, and the friction of your hair rubbing against your sheets cause split ends because it dries out the hair and it becomes exposed and broken and split. So you want to protect your hair at night, whether you're wearing a satin or silk bonnet. These are the types of fabric you want to look for when choosing, a headscarf or a bonnet. Or you can just swap your cotton pillowcase out for a silk or satin pillowcase. So you want to be protecting your ends at night, your hair at night, because these fabrics, they have less friction, they help the hair to retain moisture, and they will help you avoid split ends. Number 2, not oiling the ends of your hair before you go to bed, or not oiling them at all. So what you want to do, a rule of thumb, is every other day you want to lightly spray the ends of your hair with water and then apply some oil onto the hair. Or you can apply your leave-in conditioner. We know that the ends of our hair is the oldest part of the hair, so they are more susceptible to dryness and breakage and split ends. But we can prevent this by keeping the ends of our hair moisturized, spraying it lightly with water, and then putting some oil on the ends of the hair every other day. You don't have to do it every night, but if you would like to do that, then that'll be great. But oiling the ends of your hair will prevent split ends. Number 3, never wearing protective styles. The purpose of protective styles is so that the ends of the hair is protected. So if you're wearing cornrows, box braids, pinned up styles, buns, or whatnot, What happens with these styles is your ends are protected, or your hair is protected, and you're not manipulating it. It is staying in one style for a while. But if you tend to wear your hair, you want to wear your hair out all the time, you want to wear a wash and go, you want to wear a twist out all the time, this can eventually cause split ends because you're not giving your hair a break. Your hair is constantly being exposed to environmental factors, is constantly being manipulated, and that is causing split ends. So you want to give your hair a rest and put it in a protective style. Right now, it is the summertime, so it's the perfect time to give your hair a rest because the weather is hot and humid anyway. And who wants to worry about doing their hair while they're on vacation or just trying to enjoy themselves in general? So put in some braids or wear a pinned up style. Just try to protect your hair during the summer or whenever you feel it's necessary, but wear a protective style. I would say every 3 months or every 4 to 5 months, try to give your hair a rest and let it rest for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, but let it rest. This will prevent split ends. Number 4, we have curly hair and sometimes it can be hard to detangle, but what really causes split ends is rushing through the detangling process. If you don't have enough time to detangle your hair on wash day, then don't do it, because listen, when you are detangling your hair, this is one of the times that the hair is most volatile because it's wet, right? It's wet in a fragile state, and if you are tugging and pulling and not taking your time and detangling the hair from the ends, you're gonna cause breakage, damage, and split ends. So never rush the detangling process. Number 5, drying your hair with a towel. Yes, this causes split ends. So, if you use your regular towel that you would dry your skin with when you get out of the shower, that towel is a bit rougher on the hair. So you wanna use a microfiber towel or use a t-shirt. A nice soft t-shirt will be great for drying the hair, but I would recommend using a microfiber towel. What happens when you use your towel that is supposed to be used on your skin? The fibers, if you look at those towels, they are usually thick and they have thick fibers. Those fibers will cause the hair to get caught in them. If you've ever seen your hair in the towel, they will pull the hair out. But they're very drying and very rough on the hair. So you want to be as gentle as possible when your hair is wet because it's in its most fragile state. So use a microfiber towel, get a nice one. I found one at TJ Maxx, I believe, or Marshall's. It's called a turban towel, and it's made from a nice smooth microfiber material, and this will limit split ends. So use a microfiber towel. Number 6, not getting regular trims. So going a very long time without paying attention to your ends and trimming off those ends that are split, that are dry, brittle, and just beyond repair. This will essentially cause more split ends. So you want to pay attention to your ends and get your regular trims. Now, regular to one person may not be regular to another person. So once you pay attention to your hair and you see, okay, my ends look really raggedy, I need to get a trim. That's kind of like a rule of thumb when, getting trims for curly hair. So get your trims, ladies. Number 7, using too much heat. Heat is one of the number 1 causes of split ends. So you just got a blowout and you want to flat iron your hair because it's, humid and your curls are starting to frizz. So you just want to straighten them out a bit. Using too much heat and not using a heat protectant will cause split ends. So ladies, limit the amount of heat that you're putting on your hair, especially if you have a relaxer. You want to have your heat setting for your flat iron under about 310 degrees. You don't want to go any higher than that. Curly hair can go a little bit higher because the hair is not chemically treated. If you have bleached hair, stay away from the heat. Just stay away from the heat. This is not a good situation. So using too much heat will cause split ends, because what it does is it fries the hair, like dries out the hair. And your hair is made from protein, and when protein is exposed to too much heat, it changes the structure of the hair through a process called denaturation. So you don't want to be using too much heat, because this will cause the hair strand to split. And number 8, skipping hydration. We know that the hair really needs to be hydrated, especially if you have curly hair. You want to be hydrating your hair every day or every other day, depending on the dryness of your hair. What hydration looks like is using a water-based product. So a water-based leave-in conditioner. We have a great one. It's our Thirsty Girls leave-in conditioner. You want to get a spray bottle with water, spray your hair lightly every other day, and then apply your leave-in conditioner so you can seal in the moisture and get those curls hydrated. So those are the 8 hair practices that cause split ends, and I will go over them again. Number 1, not protecting your hair at night. Number 2, not oiling your ends, the ends of your hair. Number 3, never wearing protective styles. Number 4, rushing through the detangling process. Number 5, drying your hair with a towel and not a microfiber towel. Number 6, not getting regular trims. Number 7, using too much heat. And number 8, skipping the hydration process. I hope that this episode was helpful to you. If it was, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe. We are the Terrinique Show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok. Everywhere, the Terrinique Show. Have a great